Hi everybody, it's Derrick Ruiz with eXp Realty here. And today I'm going to bring you a quick video interview with Gabe Hoggarth, who is on our technology team called Working the Magic. He works for eXp Realty and is a real technology guru in the company. And he's kind enough to spend a few moments with us today to kind of give us an overview of what he does at eXp Realty in the technology space and how he helps agents here at eXp Realty with technology, WordPress sites, and all kinds of branding and marketing. Gabe, welcome. I really appreciate you being here. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks for having me.
Yep. So why don't we just go ahead and dive in. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and where you're located?
Absolutely. So I've been working in the web development and web marketing space now for about 14 years, believe it or not. And I really began with a bit of the entrepreneurial spirit, .com website called HomeWaw, which was a bit of a mortgage portal related to Washington State. And that's really what led me into working with Glenn Sanford, now CEO of eXp Realty, and working home office out of Seattle, Washington, where we're at today.
Excellent, excellent. So the name of your company is called Working the Magic, is that correct?
It is.
Okay, great. And how did you get involved with the eXp Realty and Glenn Sanford?
Well, it's a bit of two paths crossing, really. Glenn was working on creating at the time Buyer Tours Realty, which is a bit of an innovative brokerage featured and focused around search engine optimization and online lead generation, and really what he saw as the future model of what a real estate brokerage and one of the benefits that a real estate brokerage could bring. He was looking for some talent to bring in related to web marketing, web development, and at that time, what I had been doing with HomeWaw and the mortgage portal seemed to fit that. So right around 2007, we began working together. But WTM didn't essentially evolve from that until later. And it was more around 2009 when we were working with Buyer Tours, and we saw that some of the real estate brokerages were going through some challenging times related to just what was happening with the industry. And we saw there was an opportunity to create Working the Magic, which is the marketing company that had been performing all the services for, at the time, Buyer Tours, and break that off into a separate company which could then provide web design, web development, and search engine optimization activities for agents outside of the company. Since then, it's evolved a bit in the eXp Realty, and Working the Magic is really focused on just assisting eXp Realty agents building their brand, building their web marketing.
Excellent, excellent. And that's one of the reasons why I came over to eXp Realty from Keller Williams, is that the technology support is unbelievable, and I feel with being affiliated with eXp Realty is got me on the cutting edge of technology, and more importantly, it's going to keep me ahead of the technology curve of my clients. So, in this day and age, you don't want to, know less about technology and what's happening in real estate than your clients. That's a bad position to be at. And one of the things that I'm always telling, people that are looking at the eXp opportunity, that's one of the things I tell them. The technology here is awesome, and you're going to be on the cutting edge. For example, the space that we're doing this video on, this little training thing, is called OpenQuack, and it's our 3D virtual space that we meet and collaborate and train in. So why don't you tell me a little bit about this space we're in, OpenQuack?
Well, OpenQuack is pretty wild, and for anyone sitting watching this video and seeing the virtual office for the first time, it's really tough, I would say, to begin to understand the intricacies of OpenQuack and the virtual office just in the video. So I think you really have to experience it in order to see the value and the effectiveness of the virtual office. But we've been working in the space now for 3 years as a marketing team with Working the Magic. We have several people on staff, and we have a VA team now that works globally, all within the virtual office, literally able to collaborate and share screens and talk just like we're doing today, turn on our webcams, have that same or at least a similar in-person interaction just across geographical boundaries. And OpenQuack, with the software and with just the changes and the advancements in technology is allowing us to do that, and at the same time reduce costs because effectively we are getting rid of the brick and mortar environment.
Right. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And by the way, for any of you that are watching this video, if you'd like to take a tour of the OpenQuack virtual 3D space, just shoot me an email, and I can set you up with a guest pass so you can take a tour and we can collaborate online on this. What other services do you provide for eXp Realty agents?
Well, the virtual office allows us to provide a pretty unique set of services in that our WTM team works within the virtual office most all business hours throughout the week and extended into weekends in some cases, etc. So agents have the opportunity to log into the virtual office, jump in, and have instant one-on-one access, support, and training from the WTM team. So that's one of the roles that we play. I think that from an agent standpoint, and you hit the nail on the head as far as consumer technology, there's a lot of confusion in the real estate industry as far as which technology to use, when to implement it, how to use it, is it being effective, and etc. So one of the big roles that we play as the WTM team is R&Ding that technology, figuring out is it something that you need to put into your business, and then helping you to put that tool or that marketing technique directly into what you're doing day to day, and then measuring that success. So it might be your websites, it might be your branding, it might be tech support, and just general questions of jumping in, and that's what WTM is here to serve and here to do for our agents.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've had a couple of technology questions, some WordPress questions, and I just log on to the 3D virtual space, and I go to the Working the Magic front desk reception and just say hello, and usually Gabe or Kirk or Eddie will pop their avatar up, and we'll have a dialogue, and they'll take care of my question real quick, and we're on our way. So it's awesome. Now, one of the big things I believe that you guys do for any new agents coming into eXp is to set up a killer WordPress site for real estate agents. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've chosen the WordPress platform really as the primary platform for how we build our websites, and we've done that for a number of reasons. One of them being that it's open source and it continues to evolve, and what that really means for you is that other people are helping to maintain the platform and keep it up to the latest standards, because we all know that technology changes and changes rapidly. So what we focus on providing for agents is a WordPress platform that, as an agent or a broker, you own. It's built on a domain that you own. Potentially could be a sellable product down the line if it's generating leads and generating business for you. It's completely owned by you. And then we talk to the training as far as building that out and making that effective. But the WordPress platform, we feel, as far as easy use and functionality and what as a tool to get in touch with your clients, is second to none.
So agents should have a WordPress site instead of like a basic HTML template site?
Yeah, I would certainly argue so. We've, in the past, and if we go back 4 or 5 years ago, all the sites that we were developing were HTML websites, and it began to be a real challenge as just something simple as changing your phone number on your website or updating your contact info or adding content requires that you know HTML, or requires that you know how to get in to the code of the website to make those changes. Well, WordPress takes that away, because WordPress gives you options in an admin area to make those updates and make those changes. The other argument I would make for WordPress is in tune with the flexibility and the adaptability of a WordPress site. It would be the example of Facebook and social media. Facebook just released a plugin that's an official Facebook plugin for WordPress that literally at the click of a button you can activate the Facebook plugin on your site and now begin to use all the different Facebook social tools right in your blog posts or right in the content, and integrate it right with the IDX of your website, so it can adapt quickly with these plugins in order to then integrate with social media and all the things that we're changing. The one other point that I would make is that WordPress sites and the way that they're built they stay up to date with standards. So there's some changes coming down the line that we all know with mobile websites and the mobile web, and
Right.
everybody's looking at their websites related to tablets. And WordPress is a community of volunteers that are developing and maintaining all of this. They focus on standards of things like responsive websites, so sites that are going to resize dynamically if you're looking at it from a tablet or a mobile site. All of that, if you had an HTML website, would be things that you would have to think about and then code and program into all this stuff, and it would just be
Right.
really reserved for people that had programming experience. And we don't expect the agents know HTML or know how to get into the
Nope.
code. We want to make sure
No.
that our platform is providing those tools right out of the box.
Yeah, and that's one of the awesome things about being affiliated with eXp Realty. I mean, most agents, I'd say probably 95% of agents don't have WordPress sites, and when you come to eXp, Gabe and the team are going to build you a state-of-the-art WordPress site that's going to be able to go on to be viewed properly on mobile phones, tablets, and regular computers as well. So that's really important and an incredible tool that eXp Realty offers. And the agent's not charged for this, right?
No, no, they're not.
It's part of just being affiliated with eXp Realty, which I think is awesome because you could spend, hundreds if not thousands of dollars getting a good, solid real estate WordPress site set up.
Absolutely.
Um,
Certainly could.
one other thing I want to ask you on this interview is, what do you think some of the top technology tools agents should be utilizing? Give me 2 or 3 tools right now that agents really need to be focusing on.
Yeah, well, I think that there's two things that I see and touched briefly on them just a moment ago, but mobile and paying attention to IDX products, which is, from an agent standpoint, how you integrate the MLS and how you add the property search to your website. I think those are two tools or two things that agents should really be thinking about. All the numbers show that web visitors are moving mobile. So we mentioned it, responsive themes, mobile websites, things that integrate into WordPress is going to make your site more mobile friendly. I think that's going to be big. I don't consider it necessarily a tool, but something that we need to be implementing in our sites to make them more effective. The other tool, so to say, would be an IDX product. So for those that are familiar, IDX is how we display MLS data on our websites. There's a number of different IDX vendors out there and IDX solutions that build products that will let visitors search for homes, search for properties on your website. A couple of things I would think about with IDX is how does the IDX work with Google? So is the IDX creating content on your site that can generate traffic and generate visitors to your website? And there's products, one's made by Diverse Solutions, who's now a Zillow company, called DS IDX Press, and they have a WordPress plugin that will allow you to have tools to add rich MLS data to your website. And I think an investment in DS IDX Press from a WordPress standpoint makes sense to me, especially if you're looking at developing out a new website.
Right. And, again, I'm a real estate broker. People watching this video are probably real estate agents or brokers. We have enough things to do with getting our deals closed and properties listed and writing contracts and stuff like that. I don't have time to stay up with all the developments that are happening in the real estate technology space. So that's why it's so awesome to have some cutting edge tools provided by eXp Realty and working the magic team and Gabe and Kirk and Eddie for us, so I don't have to spend my time researching this stuff. They say, Derrick, this is what you need to have on your site. Use this IDX product, and boom, it's done. So that's just an incredible value add for any agent that's affiliated with this wonderful company. Can you maybe give us a spin around some of the tools? Maybe we can look at Paperless Pipeline, which is our escrow transaction system, or maybe Real Future CRM, which is our database.
Absolutely. And so one mindset that I think we have, and before I jump into the tools, is that eXp Realty is really a service company, a service layer for the agents in the company. So one thing that we really focus on corporately are providing the right tools, the right tool mix for our agent group, to be able to take advantage of. And we have several tools that are available, and we're continuing to R&D new tools, develop them in-house or bring in vendors that we think and we know that are going to be effective. You mentioned paperless pipeline, and if you take a look at the panel here behind us, I'm sharing a screen. I'm logged into paperlesspipeline.com, which every agent in the company has access into. And what we're taking a look at are an online transaction management. So you're able to actually manage all of the documents, all of the contracts attached to a particular transaction, and then you're able to actually keep track with checklists and share documents with the needed parties, title, mortgage, your buyer, your seller, as needs arise. So as a new portion of the contract is available, you can share these transactions with the correct people. So we have a full in-house transaction team that helps manage this separately. And one of the takeaways from Paperless Pipeline is that it's all managed what we would kind of call in the cloud, right? So you can access Paperless Pipeline from web, you can access it from your desktop or your laptop, your tablet, and have all of your documents and all of your checklists related to a transaction all centralized in one spot. Now, if we switch gears and jump to another tool that's been built in-house with the idea of lead generation and using Craigslist and web strategies. On the panel, I've switched over to the eXp listing tool. Just a simple, easy tool if you're a listing agent and you want to advertise your particular listing on Craigslist. We've got a neat little form you can fill out, add some photos. It's going to spit out some code that you can copy and paste over into Craigslist. That should integrate well with your WordPress site. Let's convert those Craigslist visitors over to your own personal website and get them searching so that they can get in contact with you. So this is more so of a lead generation tool. And then once you've generated that lead, once you're in contact with somebody and you're building your database, how do we stay in touch with those people? How are we sending emails on a regular basis to keep updated depending on where that person is in their buying process, or maybe staying in touch with your sellers? And the third tool here that I've pulled open is Real Future CRM. Again, another tool, another account that's provided with eXp Realty. And Real Future CRM is our customer or client relationship management, has a full-on email campaign, email template, can schedule emails going out to your database. You can break your clients up into specific groups of location and buying types and etc. And it's very flexible. And this is all provided along with the coaching and the training and the available people necessary as questions come up. We're really here to help you take advantage of these tools, and that's really how we use the virtual office, is to provide that on-demand support.
So the Real Future CRM can take the place of Top Producer, correct?
It can, yeah. So anyone familiar with Top Producer or Wise Agent or any other CRM platform will be relatively familiar with Real Future CRM. It's got a lot of the same tools, and this is just provided for free to you.
Free. So, in other words, once you join eXp Realty, you can cancel your Top Producer $40 or $45 a month subscription and keep that money in your pocket and just switch over to the eXp Real Future CRM, which is awesome. And the tools that this company provides is just unbelievable. And again, I feel like I'm ahead of this technology curve and more tech savvy than most of my clients, except for the engineers and Google geeks that I know down here. But anyway, so let's wrap this up. Gabe Hoggarth at Working the Magic up in Bellingham. Are you in Seattle or Bellingham?
Seattle.
Seattle. And I want to thank you again. It's been awesome, and I think this is going to be a real beneficial video for agents and brokers who are looking at the eXp Realty experience and deciding if it's the right company for them to change over to, which in my opinion would be a yes, but I'm a little biased. But anyways, again, thanks a lot, and thanks to Eddie Hughes, who's in the background working all the magic and buttons behind the scenes and recording this video. And Gabe and everybody, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Yeah. Excellent. Thanks,
All
Derek.
right. Bye-bye.